Good morning, folks. It's unplug something. 4:44 a.m. here in Liverpool, England, on the 22nd day, 10th month, 2024. Nearly at the Skull and Bones dates here of the 23rd, which we always seems to be a lot of weather events statistically occurring around those times. So I'm going to have a look here on the 23rd, and we'll get a bit of action beginning for New Zealand. But most of what's coming is going to come on the quicks for you guys, as we're going to have two events going on simultaneously. Some of the totals I'm seeing are very, very, very high, coming from, let's see, I nailed it down to when's the exact timings of this event, and it looks like a Thursday coming in right during your early morning hours and stuff. Your event is going to begin, and it's going to be big. This is going to be run. This is not snow, all right. Even just in that period of time right there, which is not many hours. We're looking 9 hours worth of rain here, and I can back that up a little bit because I had to do a lot of determinants to see which forecast I'm going to go with. One of them, and it seems to be the correct one, is absolutely devastating because I went and I had a look at what beams were influencing this storm. And I'm sorry if the cursor is very, very small. Later I'll do a different show where I'll go over these images a little bit more. And I want to go over your cloud imagery so you can come to this page. You can prep an image down there. I know I never have time to get to them all, but I like to read your cloud images sometimes, and so today is such a day. I hope the sound quality is okay. I switched to a webcam because the sound ain't working too well on this computer. Right, I've got a V line here. Okay, it's very faint, but it's here in a swath. So what's coming down here is gonna run into that. I had a beam come here in a pulse right down the tropics here, right? I also have a massive blast blocking all flow across Antarctica uh, to only one spot where it can come out, which is very, very odd. I have a big beam that's shut down here down the coast. So this corridor is set up for what's coming to hit through here, right where that tendril is right now, inland here. Crifts Harbor again, toward and south is in the sights. Right, we're going to have a rain event up the coast. We're going to have some come through here. You see this line right here? Now I can't quite tell what the military bases around here are going to be doing as far as exercises, where they use a lot of EMF radar stuff. So that makes things a bit dodgy weather-wise out there, right? Because they're having drills. They use drone warfare, whatever they do, but they have a lot of detectors and emitters out there. Yeah, yeah. And I went around, and there's also an ion emitter at the weather station that does the automated balloons. See this right here? This is evidence of Tiger firing south. Yep. And I could see where it fired. You see this right here? That's another beam that came down. It's going to help set the flows. And let me have a quick peek here, make sure we're running. The sound is okay. Thank you. Thanks for the feedback, sir. So, right, you want to see the big beam? I know you're very curious. But this is what I do my determinants based on, right? As I move this along. You see the flesher right there? That's localized next red here, causing a flow to go around this area here off of the east of Auckland. You see this right here? That's a trapper. It causes stuff to back up on the condensates and has a tendency to force things towards the South Island. As this thing's going to work its way across, it's going to get interesting this week for you guys. It's going to get interesting. Right, I've had a big blast. And I mean a big, 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 big blast. Right, so I had to do some determinants of where did the epicenter occur. It's very, very faint to see. But the epicenter that drew the beam to itself is here, right here. Antarctic flow is blocked almost across half the continent. Anything coming here can dip down, and then it goes across, and it can't come back up again until it gets to about here under Africa. which means a recycling of your moisture gets it cold again and it comes across. It's also hot, and so it's going to cause a high pressure to form across here, which is going to force the flows across the South Pacific over here. It's very, very interesting, this big ass beam, and it's very large, very, very, very large. And this is not Tiger firing this direction, not in this particular motion. This is coming from a base over here, and there's only two bases over there. One belongs to China, one belongs to the United States. I did all my determinants already. It took a little bit of doing. And so I had to look, too, to see if any earthquakes have resulted in this massive path. And we sure have. We've had two of them very quickly. We had a 5-pointer over down here in near the South Sandwich Islands, which there's a big devices down here in the Sandwich Islands, right? And these are very, very recent. This isn't something from like forever ago. This is from a couple hours, 2 hours and 30 minutes ago to be precise. And I went over to the seismology, berkeley.ed, to get that one, because I noticed the USGA don't always put stuff down. And you could see an EMF sweat. It's starting to show up down under here, the curve itself. See, this here is where satellite spliced images in. So what I'm going by is from here to here. This big, huge swath of EMF that came down and rocked the poles. And we don't have the current imagery to go any further west to show you the rest of that. And just that's just how that is. New Zealand, the spray in the view is going to really go hard today and tomorrow to set you guys up for the massiveness that's coming your way. It's not cool at all. Look at this up the Bay of Plenty here, that curve, signature right there, like a pulse pattern. And if you look in it, you'll see the bomb clusters that have helped deploy the chemical catalyst to assist the electromagnetic frequency waveform propagation through the moisture of the atmosphere. Moist. Trigger word for some. I'm going to untrigger you over words. Words are my favorite thing, man. When the Dumbledore said they could wound and heal. They could bring tears to your eye of joy and of pain. They could cause war and end war. And oh, the power of a simple I love you to this water over here. Look at that big scalar square of energy over here. Right? Here's a big radar station over here. And those round domes can make squares. They can make triangles, all sorts of shapes. EMF has blocked the flow through Cook Strait, so it doesn't. No storm's going to just get sucked through. Venturi effect. Let's see the EMF waveforms here. Bzzz, getting fried, beef Wellington style. Yep, fish Wellington. What a shame, what a shame, what a beautiful, beautiful island to be treated with such disrespect. How dare they? Like the old war club they're using on you over here. Yep. A lot of EMF here. These beautiful mountains. Boy, these rivers going to be running through here. All through here and in here, and here it comes. So I'm going to kind of roll for you again at what's about to occur over the time periods. You want the tens? Oh my God. Somebody's on the tens. This is a bit high. You're talking a half a meter of rain coming between Thursday and next Thursday. That's too much. It's too much. That's why I said that one of the totals that I was seeing seemed a bit high. And so I showed you a conservative figure. But we will update these as we count the tendrils coming across the ocean. When Oz sends you its dregs, that's going to occur for them. You get a big batch, and it's right about from here. Simultaneous, keeping the water going, keeping this flowing out to sea, keeping mixing of this on one layer while that's on another. So this will be 2 layers of the atmosphere stuff mixing coming off the coast. Yes, it's nice to see a little bit of rains hitting this area here. I don't know, Lake Boo, whether it's going to run full or not. There might be a couple drops. It ain't huge on that event. And well, I'm just not seeing any massive event for you guys coming on the 10s yet, which is nice to see. But I was seeing some action coming for the corridor up over on this side of eyes here. It's not showing on this map, but I see all the potential for a minor event in through this area here, so I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that for you because all the pressures say so. Hey, look, Higgins, what can you draw with that? Put it in rotation marks. If you don't take geoengineering into account and with your weather forecasting, yeah, that seems about right. Minor event coming there. When you see the mustards, man, you know you're getting 5 centimeters, right? So you start looking at the colors. You'll be a quicker look at the map. That tells me they're going to work some moisture in, and it's going to take these radars to be highly active to force that in that direction. And so won't that be a nice fryer for the week? Hey, so let me run this through this for you. And I'm going to show you 2 different versions. And all of this is going to be dependent on these tongues of heat. Where do these tongues of heat go out here, right? Tongues of heat. Tongue in the moisture. Lap it up, funny boys. Laugh it up. Yes, I said lap it up the first time. I know what I did there. Oh. And look, it's a fire getting hot, hot, hot. You are ripe for a big burning out here, too. It's been too dry and too much chem. Lots of chem, no rain. You're ripe for fires, and there's going to be winds. Look, see, these corridors are cool, kicking up at night. It's going to fuel a lot of dust and stuff coming your way. Okay, so we'll be aware of that. So don't throw your winter coat away yet. And some of these areas in the trough are going to feel a little cool at night. It's going to get a bit nipply. And then a bit of a heat's going to trickle on down here. You're going to see some 30s even toward Brisbane and all that in the coming week, which is kind of cool to see, or the opposite of cool, so you can enjoy the beach. Hey, but I wouldn't want to be out on the beach here at Thursday night. This is some of your overnight storms, and those are the worst ones to have, I have to say. Absolute worst ones to have, right? You see the difference in the graphs that they give you? One doesn't show lightning, one does. One shows me tendrils, and then I'll look on the mimic and see how they split the moisture up. So I go over here then and I watch these condensates. I watch them like a hawk, right? So, but if you don't understand how that works, well, okay, well, just listen to me and I'll kind of break it down for you. So I'm going to do this in 2 loops. I want New Zealand to get their own shot. I should actually do them first, so I will. It's actually, y'all are both dependent on each other because this high over here, that high over there is deciding it all. It really, really is. Okay, but I want you to have a good look at this. The corridor from Coffs towards Sydney is going to get it the most. They've already put the split in the flow going toward from Brisbane and one over here. And that's going to cut the tendrils up. Not too much action on the radar to show this morning, just your basic. The nipplers are on, you know, because it was cold last night, I guess. The auroral beam, if you will. Delicious cup of water. Isn't that nice? I had too much coffee. I woke up very, very early because I fell asleep early. So I'm going to move this along. And as we get to Wednesday, it's going to be a heavy spray day coming tomorrow. You can expect that. So I kind of asked for your pictures so I can have a look at the sky. You see the tendril split there? It's kind of lining up with something. It's kind of lining up. There's a flow boundary set up here. It sets up by the radars themselves and the big beams that come down the coast. And who will be responsible for this one here? Probably be Grafton. I imagine there's some other devices that we're not quite aware of in some of these military areas, right? We have to concede to that. You know, in the Trinity Project kind of a sense of things, we don't always understand what's going on with these blank check budgets and these patents that we never see released to the public, but we see them listed. It's all I can say about that. You know, to have a patent and prove they're used is 2 different things. As she works across the ocean, a second smackaroo. Oh, what a smack. Oh, would you look at that. Boy, the wind's going to be a factor whipping down the country at that moment. That's one of those moments where you get the wind. Watch this. Look at this down in Cooks. They ain't going to let that flow go, man, and she's going to be a high gale out there. You don't want to be caught in your walk. I wouldn't have doing that ferry crossing on Saturday. You might want to forget about that or go early. some very heavy tendrils when these come over. Uh, when it hits these bits here, it's going to cause a lot of turbulence. I wouldn't be surprised to see some water spout action. I'm out here off the coast of Auckland and possibly out here in this area here. So that ought to be interesting to see. Out at sea, it's out there, it's okay. And it looks like you got 3 tendrils coming across. And this is the conservative model, okay? This is the conservative model. But I gave you your time frames. It looks like it's going to come across in about... it's going to be there a little while. It's holding up. Where can it go? It can go south underneath here because this will be turning that direction. Right? If I put the particle animations on, you'll see it is so. And it'll be tending to dip that way towards this side. And I already know the flow to Antarctica is blocked. Right? So it won't come out to about here. So everything here is forced across. It does increased all these winds here along the coast of Chile and Peru. Right, these are going to be very high winds. You wouldn't want to be going around the Horn this day. This is a wrecker of shipping containers ships. We have to be very careful on our maritime forecast. When you start to believe a system that has no belief in you can expect a bunch of lies. And even on windy, I have to watch like a hawk to see which ones to use. So as we get closer on the day tomorrow, I'll know a lot more. As you can see, we're getting near the end of the month. Have another shower, the springtime stuff. It's that kind of stuff, the shower with the acids in it that burns all your fruit trees in there so the flowers don't do right. And the ones that make the beehives go, oh my God, oh my gosh. Yeah, exactly. Not good at all. Yeah, I've seen the terrible totals, and it's not fun to have to report upon, right? Today's chem was looking really rough, really rough over a couple of spots over here. I'm going to zoom back over to Australia because I know they're going to have to put a lot of chem down to get these storms to happen. And you can see the flow corridor set up right here, right? Remember I said they split the flow? Bzzz. There's the big fry right there, and there's the line, the rain line. And they've already started sending the chem over, like this big line of crap that went over Sydney today. And that was all chemtrails. That's streaming that way. That's streaming that way. Right? So we have a flow separation. Could be caused by the mountains themselves. So different dynamics in this trough area than there is in the area by the ocean down here. Right? Well, you could see that. How about this big squares out here? You think that's a natural cloud? No, it is not. It is man-made. That's man-made, that's man-made, that's man-made, man-made, man-made. You're getting laid, man. They're laying rows over the top of, let's say, the Wad Bilga, a dildo national park over here. Because these dildos sprayed you like bugs. Yep, again. Cam Bombala over here. Over Bombala, look at this crap over here over Alpine National Park. Man, this is not natural mist caused by the trees that are going to be mist one day if we keep spraying them with acids. Acid. Where do I come up with that from, you say? Well, I type in CIGI 111. And it should come up with the Paris Agreement climate paper here. Right? If you would like to have a view of this, I highly recommend you go over it. And I'm telling you, why do I say acid rain? Why do I keep saying check your pH of your rain? Right? Trying to get a paste on that. There we go. You can have a copy of that. I say it for this reason here. On page 13 of this wonderful document where a guy named Mr. Burns wants to block the sun. He wants to block the sun. Here's the thing. I read the paper. He's very pro that. And on page 13, first paragraph, last sentence, you'll see the following words. Potential delivery vehicle for stratospheric sulfur dioxide injection include aircraft, artillery shells, stratospheric balloons, and hoses suspended from towers. And so I go down here and I always look at the footnotes, right? So we go down here, we look at number 59. Risks and benefits of this. If you go through here and read this document, you will go do this yourself. Sulfur in the atmosphere oxidizes via the reaction of hydroxyl radical sulfuric acid. The sulfuric acid gas forms together with water vapor, sulfate particles. Aerosol sulfuric gas may condense into pre-existing aerosol particles. So a particle in the sky could have this gas condense onto the outside of it, and this causes acid rain, which we determined back in the 1970s to be a very bad thing. It defoliates our world and it changes things. Also, I will also point out the word where it says other chemicals. There have been suggestions of injecting preformed particles of other chemicals, e.g., titanium oxide. Wasn't it causing nose cancers? Titanium oxide. If the particles are too small of titanium oxide, they were shown to cause skin cancer. And these particles are even smaller than your sunscreen. It'll go right through the pores of your skin. Nanoparticles. And this is from February, a U.S. House Committee Science and Technology hearing, Geoengineering, the scientific basis and challenges. And there's the address for the PDF and all that. And I just clicked it, and it's going. I have no idea why. This is nice to have a copy that actually does something. Well, shall we let this continue to load? Why not? I have a copy of this document somewhere. I'm sorry if it caused an interrupt when I did that. I was trying to highlight the verses for you. And this is the actual hearing itself, where it talks about all these things and what pages it went on and all this. And this is homework, man. And I'll pop you a link to that one as well. And that's just one of the footnotes on this page. You know, that, and in this document, you'll see that they say they clearly can cause harm. But they want to try it. Because they're lying about global warming. They told us the world was going to freeze when I was growing up, and now they're telling you it's going to boil. And a couple of years ago, some girl named Greta was telling children they was all going to die in a few months. And kids were suiciding over such terrible, terrible things. And so this is just the documents, and I'm not going to go through this one. But you can't tell me it ain't litigated, because I just showed you it was. Okay? And so as I look at these skies, and I'm watching the score thirst policy ruining my land, and the air quality of people, and they're telling you it's something else, and they're trying to say, oh, look, we'll have a vaccine for your breathing problems or something, no treatment, when all they have to do is just stop clogging the air with nanoparticles and crap and acids which irritate our mucosal linings, which in itself it can cause breathing issues. Not very good for the alveoli and the lungs, is it? And look at how much particles have been put in the air here. This is like an Operation Popeye from 1960s in Vietnam, a way they would deploy Agent Orange. It's the same type deploying. Well, I'm not saying they're deploying Agent Orange. I'm saying they're deploying something that we all deserve an honest answer to what is in our sky. Bzzz, getting fried, Tassie style. Look at this big stripe of crap over here between a conservation area and Smithton here. This is chemtrail over the top of you. Look at the cluster here. Look at it. Take that on board. That's the land. That's the sky. You can always tell where man's been, because we leave too much crap behind. I'd rather live like a Yowie, wild and free, than be licking the boots of the man over here. And look what we're doing to their land, too. And if you want to disregard those creatures, too, well, maybe they should disregard you. What if the hidden creatures of this world decided to become unhidden to us? Evenly spaced plumes. Get your protractor and ruler out and look. Look at the engineering, geoengineering. Chemical attack preceding a rain bomb. Chem bombs to rain bombs. Chem bombs to rain bombs. What a fucking shame. Blasting you with EMF all across the whole entire world. Whole world. I'm going to take the zoom down. You see the extent of this. There's no aurora. There wasn't no CME. It's how many hours this lasts while the Earth rotated. You count every one of those clicks. You already see the first nucleation start right here. Okay? So let's time this. I'll call that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The Earth has rotated half around in that amount of time. You can't tell me there was a CME. It would have long since passed. It was CERN active. I haven't checked that yet. To check CERN, you will type in VISTARS visitors dashboard, publicly available information. And you will Vistars CERN. You don't put it in there correct, and you'll come up with this. And so I'll pop you a link to this as well. And I have to see if CERN is active. Because when they blame the sun, and their experiment with some stuff that has the same energy as the sun, that's what they compare their units to energy-wise. So I have to go look. When was the last dump? Right, it's active. Yes, we have awake plasma. See, I'm going through now and having a look. Did I give you a link to that? Yes, good. I try to give you guys the information so you could do your own determinants. How do you clear up the lies? Let's see what Atlas's last picture was. And this was from the 17th. So it hasn't had a recent collision in Atlas. But there's a lot of experiments that go on here besides the Atlas detector. And here it's on. It's on. Are they making proton packets? Well, it's looking along. This is where they make the anti-proton packets, and it's operating. It's got 3 cyclotrons, one on top of the other. And each one makes the packets of antiprotons tighter. Yes, I can say CERN is on. Okay, that is yes. Affirmative. Let's see what they said. Space weather dashboard. Let's see the lie. Kuber, show me the lie. Yeah, it's clean and green. So they can't even blame that, right? So we're looking right now. Right, here's the way as it passes the Earth. You might enjoy keeping an eye on our planet too. Or this is always, it's very much a lie. They predict their big beaming events. They'll predict one of these. Oh, they're going to drop the grid. Everybody freaks out and stuff. And the grid didn't drop because it didn't happen. Oh, Michael Jack back from the dead. Just, not one of them people pointing at Washington, D.C., are they? Oh, my, you'll figure it out. What a shame. So that's pretty much what I had to show you today. I have a little time to go over some of your pictures if you'd like. Yeah, I'm glad I got some tensor tools. I'm going to be doing another show about that. Let's go over some of your pics. Yeah, I could do that. I don't know what the hell that is. It's like maybe it's a vaccine reaction. I don't know. Okay, let's go on down here and have a look at some of the pictures you guys provided. Hey, where is it? Come on. If I can't find it now, I'll find it later. And then I'll just do it again. He told us it should be right about here. Gosh, I'm just trying to find the... here we go. Eastern Eyes, show me your pictures. View more comments. Here we go. We can go over your picture. And as per usual, the first person gets theirs shown no matter what. Even if it's a big glariness. Let's have a peek at you. You get the first go. Oh, boy. The first thing I see is you need to wipe your camera lens off before you take a picture. When you pull it out your pocket, just wipe it at crisp. It's hard to determine. Now, I can't see much from that other than the halo here. It didn't come out very well. Because this thin layer of ice crystals from God only knows what kind of ice, what chemical it's made out of. Because there's many kinds of ice. Not just dry ice. Are you kidding? And dry ice would give off carbon dioxide and increase that reading in the atmosphere too, so they could lie further. There's some wispiness there. Kind of chemmy there. It's not very clear. Is it that foggy out there today that everyone's looking like that? Let's see, Rock Vegas. Okay, Cheryl Diane over in Rocky Town down up there near you, Poontang. I like your poontang. Your poontang tastes real good. They got chocolate malts down at the seafront. And some coffee in the hood. He said hood. The moisture in the air on your poontang. Your poontang is real nice. Not that. Yeah, you lot of bombs here, Cheryl. Yeah, here. See that cluster? It's got spokes on it. Spokes on a wheel. What is this? Ah, okay. You guys do your determinants. I think that's the end of the roof. The roof. He said roof. Roof. Roof, 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 roof. Let's see who we go. We got a video. Did you speak? Did he speak? Oh, I hope so. All right, let's get this one up. Well, that's just a great big thick rope of chemtrails there. A left turn, Clyde. Big chem bomb front there. Okay. Hey, for some reason it's not going to the big picture. Big wispies there. A big mighty square looking over there, my friend. Mighty square. Okay, if the video part ain't working, I'm not going to pick any more of them. Okay, let's have a look at Melanie Stratford. I'm not really sure where this one's at. Open image in new tab. That was stupid. No, we won't be doing it that way. I want to have a good zoom in on this one. Zoom, 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 I zoom, zoom. Okay, we will open the picture now. Open. Open says me. Boy, you got more bombs here than the U.S. Navy. My God, look at that, huh? Boom, 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 streamer that way. Few layers of the atmosphere being affected here, because that's above that one, right? Would you agree to that? And that one's above that one. See, different directions of wind and everything, and the pulse could push that along. It'll act like a plow, moving things along in front of it, and then trailing things behind itself. The Pluminazis were very busy over here. Look at these squares. Squares. Go get your square out. I told you guys to buy some basic tools to do your determinants, and I find that the Helix Oxford set with the clear plastic works very well. Wow, you got sprayed like bugs. I'm surprised you stayed outside to take that picture. That's horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Where was that anyhow? Did you? No comment saying so. Okay, Dee Dee, you're up. Goldie, how you doing? Looking out to sea. Oh, I know where you are. Very sad not that view. And thank you for being part of my journey. I hope that tensor tool helped your pains as well. I gift a lot of my stuff out, that we've already had you. Yeah, we want the Goldie one. Come on. Goldie frocks. What am I doing wrong? Oh, save image edge. I'll just keep pulling them up. Now it'll do it. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Doing it, they come in you and the sky starts to smell. All right, let's have a look at this big chem bomb right here. The Goldie bomb. Boom! Right there. And they got perturbation devices on these. It said so in Project Loon and in Scope X. And they were working in conjunction with each other. One was testing for 5G signal and the other one was testing plumes and how they could do them from gondolas of those balloons as suggested by the Paris Agreement. You got a lot of bombs here. Boom, 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 plume, plume, and you. What a shame, because if you were standing looking this way, behind you would be a beautiful oceans with whales in it, man. And look what they're doing. That stuff's going to go over the top of a big scalar square of energy, causing that outflow, and pushing the demise over the cuffs in them. Part of that swath that showed up over here. As you're looking right here, towards this direction. See all the bombs? So there's above and below correlation between the pictures I was just shown and these terrible chem deployments along your coastline. Hey, that's a sphincter. The sunshine curse, the sphincter coast, and the V is going that direction in a curve like this. You can just see the outline. Well, thank you, Boom Boom Toowoomba Radar and Gunda Windy. You well fried that up, didn't you? Well fried, well fried. Let's have to see if we can get any data on that. It's 6 hours ought to do it. See if we catch any. That sign, that sign, that sign. Yes, that sign right over here. Visiting the crow's nest. That sign. Yeah, but other than that, they're not giving you much data, are they? It's like you have a cloudless day going on according to the BOM. Let's get rid of the dashboard there. Yep, yes, I think we're being lied to about the weather forecast. I think we're being lied to. So I'm going to go over a few more pictures and then I'm going to cut out. And as always, I always do the last one. So if you just rushed over here, put a picture on, I haven't refreshed my screen. Who's the list? Well, we get great replies today. I said one picture, Adam. Fuck's sake. Nope. You do too many pictures. I'm just going to bypass you from here on out. Just a picture. Okay, and Kathmandu from Bending the Dingo. See, this way I can go look on the other map and maybe correlate your image with the sky imagery that I show. Ah, yeah, that's EMF bomb. I'm going to look like a big skeleton up here. Ooh, it's Halloween. Skull and bones. Dates are common. Evidenced in the plumes. Would you look at the guilt here? Wow, that's a lot of fallout that's going to come down, because what goes up must come down, and if you don't look up, you won't know what's going down. That's for damn sure. Bending the Dingo. So let's see if we can get that over here. I think Bending was around here. You got crapped up. I'm going to have to type the name in. Bend Ego. Way to go across the entire fucking world? Look's sake. That's yesterday. Okay, well, we can fix that. Okay, this is you today. Holy shit, look at this. This is all this crap here. This is you. This is from below. This is from above. You got sprayed like bugs. That's you in the thick of it, too. Ew, my sympathies to you. So, right, that's what's going to happen. Yeah, sorry to have to be the one to tell you. Big love, stay safe. Get your arcs ready, New Zealand. Peace.